Good morning slash afternoon slash evening, everybody, and welcome to our continuing coverage of the NSL playoffs. This will be Elimination Round 2, Match Number 9. My name is Dovah, and today I will be your caster for this match. This stream is being broadcasted in a multi-stream format, both on Twitch, on my personal Twitch above my head, as well as on the NSL YouTube channel. So whatever platform you're tuning in for, I hope you all are having a fantastic day. So we're just going to get right into it. I'm going to be casting and streaming simultaneously, so this will be the last you see of my face for a little bit, as today you get a little inside look into how these clans operate, as I will be showing you the clan in pretty much its entirety. So I hope you all enjoy this match. A bit bad right now, so cool. So we're just gonna go ahead and paste in the message and get started. So we are starting with the 2v2 So yeah, we're gonna get started straight away with the 2v2 best of 3 set. This is going to be, again, a very intense match. This is an elimination battle between NoMercy and KudO. The winner of today's match will move on to the elimination bracket semifinals, while the loser is just flat out eliminated. And as we wait for these lineups to come out, let's go ahead and show you the bracket as we go. Here's what we're working with right now. And we are in match number 9 down at the bottom today. Undefeated finals and elimination semifinals are going to be next weekend. So KudO for 2v2 are going to be running Marlchen and Shefrick, and Tornado will be banned. So overall, Tornado is a pretty common 2v2 ban, all things considered here. Meanwhile, NoMercy will be running Alejos and Eduardo. And they're going to be banning Lightning, a very common ban as well. And yeah, as you can see, I am also the referee for today, so my casting might be a bit slower, as will be my reffing. Both jobs negatively impacted, but I'm the only person available, so it is what it is. I did a little coin toss before the match started, and it's going to be NoMercy requesting for set number 1. And they have about 2 minutes to do so before we get right on into it. And we're going to say KudO has 2 minutes to accept the request and get us started with the match. Huh, real chat. But yeah, also chat, I apologize if the stream is a little laggy today. I am in a different location than usual. I'm still at home for the holidays, and so therefore Wi-Fi is not as good as back in my university apartment, but it is what it is. We'll be back in our usual location next weekend. And I'm not only going to be streaming NSL matches, I'm actually going to be streaming some CMG Cup matches starting next weekend as well, so my attention will be split between the 2 leagues for broadcasting. And hopefully the production quality will be a little bit higher. I'm working on a new overlay and working on getting my audio correct. I know it's still a bit iffy, the audio, but it is what it is. Going into game number 1 here, it's going to be Alejos and Eduardo for NoMercy at the bottom of your screen versus Marlchen and Shefrick for Crispy Clean eSports at the top. And this is game number 1 of the 2v2 best of 3 set with 1 global ban per team. Those bans are going to be Lightning for NoMercy and Tornado for Crispy Clean. As always, heroes are globally banned in this league, so we are not going to be seeing any of those crazy overpowered cards just yet. And we are live both on Twitch and on YouTube. So now going into a bit of the gameplay, doing a bit of analysis here. It appears that Marlchen and Shefrick for Crispy Clean are running more of like a hyper baity control kind deck. Same story actually for Eduardo and Alejos, though I do believe that NoMercy on the bottom of the screen here will be running some variant of Royal Giant in at least one of the 2 decks, just based on context clues. Or maybe even Lava Hound with that Spirit Empress, I don't know actually. Lava Miner looking pretty likely here. And here comes another Skeleton Barrel for NoMercy. Going to be taken out in record time. So far it appears that Crispy Clean is in the lead going into the latter half of this first game here. Also, yeah, please chat, do let me know if my audio is bad during the stream. I have no way of knowing. I'm on a single monitor. I'm trying. I'm failing. But yeah, now we are in double elixir time. Crispy Clean continuing that advantage on both towers now. But a big push now coming from NoMercy, gonna be stopped effortlessly by the SimCity plays of Crispy Clean. So far, Crispy Clean doing a remarkable job in this first game, really stepping up their game from previous matches that we've seen. Crispy Clean has always been a little bit of an underdog in this league, so it's good to see them performing pretty well against actually the winner of our previous edition. NoMercy is the favorite to win today, by the way, so Crispy Clean taking it would be a little bit of an upset. And here comes a Golden Knight, and those poisons just getting more direct damage. With the lighter deck of Crispy Clean, they're able to get more of that direct spell damage compared to NoMercy, so as long as their offense, or their defense remains okay, Crispy Clean is looking pretty good to take game number 1 and keep it going real smooth here. But some big connections happening on the left-hand side for NoMercy right now, including starting that poison cycling as we're about to enter triple elixir. And that Spirit Empress is proving mighty annoying right now. Yeah, and just like that, NoMercy is starting to close up the gap. Here comes a rocket now for Crispy Clean, starting the rocket cycle for that guaranteed damage. But here comes a miner, Starmie 2 miners on the tower. Neither of them are caught. And the rocket now coming out for NoMercy. Wallbreakers just barely avoid connecting, but here's a very menacing push coming in for NoMercy, and they will take game number 1 out of the clutches of Crispy Clean in a upsetting reversal. Just overall well played for NoMercy, biding their time and just waiting for the right moment to strike really hard. And just going for it. As they will now be up to set point in 2v2. Alright, and the request is out. I'm intentionally showing clan chat this time instead of just kicking back to my face, just so that you can see the progress of the requesting as we go. What happened to the game? It went away. What do I know? Okay. And we are going in now to game number 2 of the 2v2 best of 3 set. Once again, it's going to be Eduardo and Alejos for NoMercy at the bottom of your screen versus Shefrick and Marlchen for Crispy Clean up at the top. So far, NoMercy is in the lead at set point. So far, we started off with a little bit of a miscommunication within Crispy Clean, sending out the double Goblin Barrel, easily picked up by that initial Starmie there, and NoMercy picks up some early damage. Dark Goblin for Crispy Clean does connect on the right-hand side, offering a little bit of reversal of fortune here, putting Crispy Clean not in a very comfortable lead, but in a lead nonetheless. Also, again, sorry about the lag. My bitrate is awful today. I don't know what to do about it. Goblin Barrel easily countered. We might see a second one here momentarily from their teammate. But look at Marlchen. He has like no elixir right now. Scary. Ooh, King activation from that Firecracker. Gonna prove very beneficial to NoMercy as we continue on in this game right here. Crispy Clean needs to win this game if they want to carry on in the 2v2 set. So a lot of pressure now on Eduardo and Alejos to not give NoMercy that momentum that they want. Miner gonna go for the tower. Better play would have been to put it on the Dark Goblin, but to each their own. Log coming down the counter, that Skelly Barrel. Firecracker connection on the left. And an Evo Starmie now coming out. Log is not going to take it out, but General Jerry is weak. And a Knight finishes it off. Evo Firecracker will connect on the right hand side, getting quite a bit of nasty chip damage for Crispy Clean. But Crispy Clean's lead is shrinking. Especially since NoMercy's chain is now active, and it'll be a lot harder to get that tower damage. And just like that, Crispy Clean's lead is gone, and it is now in NoMercy's favor. And with the oops coming out from Eduardo, a rocket coming down to deal some free damage to that tower. The rocket and Goblin Barrel together now. Going to put Crispy Clean briefly back into the lead before Big Push puts NoMercy back on top. It's going back and forth right now. Anyone's game at the moment. Both running very similar decks. But Crispy Clean actually has the rocket. That Goblin Barrel push did hit some damage. Wallbreaker's failing to connect, and another rocket, taking that tower all the way down to 75 HP. Ooh, but there's a mine on the tower. When the Spirit Empress connects with just 75 health remaining, NoMercy will take the set. Absolutely insane gameplay here from... Hey, yo, what the fuck happened to my overlay? But yeah, overall, some very good gameplay from NoMercy. Really proving why they deserved to win the whole season last time around. So now we're going to go ahead and start set number 2. The 3v3 best of 1 duel set. As NoMercy is now only 2 sets away from moving on, while Crispy Clean really needs to pick it up to avoid elimination. Overall, some very good gameplay by NoMercy. Crispy Clean needing to really pick up the pace. So, to explain what 3v3 best of 1 duel is, my overlay is still not fixed. LOL. I am bad at this. Okay. Still not fixed. Okay. Hee. I am very good at streaming, I promise. I'm just not used to doing it by myself. Wah. Okay. Now it's good. But yeah, 3v3 best of 1 duel, that is basically where it's a lineup of 3 players on each team, all going against each other in their designated place in the lineup. No card repeats between teammates. Each teammate plays exactly once. First team to 2 points wins the set. Alright, and here come the lineups here. Alright, and it's going to be CCE requesting this time. There we go. So game 1 for the 3v3 best of 1 set will be Carl Lagerfield for Crispy Clean versus Black Panda for NoMercy. And this time Crispy Clean will be at the bottom of your screen in True Blue. So in all interactions, if it's a True Red, True Blue interaction, at least they know where they are before they start, and so they know how to adjust. Although, who the hell knows those interactions anymore? They're so different now. So yeah, once again, Carl Lagerfield for Crispy Clean at the bottom of your screen, Black Panda for NoMercy at the top. It appears that Carl Lagerfield is running the current Evo Archer Expo deck. It's very rare to see Expo in this meta, so whenever you do see it, it's a real treat. Used to be very oppressive, but not so much anymore. Okay, we did it. You like the Ice Golem emote. Jeez. Expo will go down to the spells, but it's important to note that Black Panda is spending 6 or more Elixir to counter every Expo, so Carl is slowly building an Elixir lead as we go on here that will eventually be cashed out into a big ol' punishment later on. Carl Lagerfield really liking that emote. And here come the Evo Archers. They're going to do a good job of killing the minions. Knight is going to come down just in the nick of time. Evo Archers will not do much about that. So the Poison and the Barbell in the other lane will together take down the Expo. But thanks to chip damage alone, Carl Lagerfield is actually in a very slight damage lead, and now it's double Elixir, so Expo might get a little bit stronger here. And here comes Tesla. It's going to be an Evo Tesla once enough cycles come out. And I can only assume that the last card in Carl's deck is a Rocket or something. Rocket is very situational, so it's a good spell to use in duels, actually. There's only like 1 or 2 decks, being Logbait and Expo, actually use Rocket to its best potential. Also, Carl's lead is gone. Just an FYI, Log is going to come out, Knight is going to do a good job of tainting for the Expo. Skeleton's just trying to do it. Expo does get a slight connection, doesn't do very much though. Minions are going to counter with a lot of damage on the right-hand side. As Carl Lagerfield is in a lot of trouble now, can't really break through. But if you're an Expo player, if you can't connect with Expo, you can cycle Rocket once you get into overtime, so we might start seeing that in a little bit. Slight Expo connection on the right again, gonna bring the tower down to 26, still not as low as the left-hand side. Carl Lagerfield switching lanes every so often, interestingly enough. Evil Mortar gonna go down without incident. Expo will also fall. Second Expo takes its place now that it's high relative production. More Expos can come out. Carl is just cycling like an absolute madman right now. Ice Spirit will get on the mortar, stopping it from locking on the Expo. Another Knight gonna take that Expo. So just as fast as Carl can cycle to Expos, Black Panda can cycle to tanks. Evo Archer will do a good job against that Dark Goblin and the Miner. Mortar Shot not gonna get on that Archer. And here comes the first Rocket. Many more to go. Carl now in the lead by exactly 2 HP. Carl might end up just giving up on Expos altogether in favor of Teslas, Rockets, and everything, and Black Panda definitely going to take advantage of that, playing their mortars, playing their miners, playing everything to stop Carl in his tracks. The whole agenda now is do damage faster than Rocket, because Rocket damage is all but guaranteed. That miner needs to get caught. It is not. Rocket comes down, but yeah, with that Poison Knight. Another Rocket needs to come out from Carl in the next 9 seconds, and the miner needs to be caught. It is caught. Poison is on the tower. Knight's gonna pick up that miner after the Ice Spirit wears off, and just like that, with Expo, a very off-meta card, Carl Lagerfield will take the first point of the 3v3 best of 1 set. Just absolutely incredible gameplay. Insanity. And I need to check what that Discord ping is about. Oh, it's in the NSL server. Sweet. It's a drama. Yeah, there's even more pings about the thing that I shut down at the start of the match in the Discord, and another admin worked that out. So overall, NoMercy trying to get the rules to work as hard as possible in their favor, which that's not how we roll here. We don't do free wins. Not when we can avoid them. So exactly. Oh. Carl Lagerfield with the good sportsmanship. Shout out to Carl Lagerfield. Yeah, the Felix is starting to run out of time to accept the battle request and actually get into the game. God, I went for a run this morning. I'm in so much pain. Ow. There's an ad coming. I just dismissed that for you. And I have to count out a full minute here. Seems like Felix trying to pull off some sort of snipe. but we are in. Game number 2. I forgot to update the scoreboard. That's my bad. Boom. Fixed it. This is going to be game number 2 of the duel set. Crispy Clean took point number 1 with amazing gameplay by Carl Lagerfield. But now it's going to be Marl Chen for Crispy Clean at the bottom of your screen versus Felix for NoMercy at the top. No card repeats allowed between teammates, so we're going to see 16, or about 8 entirely new cards per player. That's what I like about this set. You really have to communicate with your teammates to see what decks you can play and what you want to leave behind for your teammates, and you really want to pay attention to what spells you're using so that you don't restrict your teammates too much. And Carl Lagerfield did a good job of only using Log and Rocket. Rocket being very situational, so not used very often in these duel sets at all. And Log, which is used a little bit more, but there are alternatives. So Carl not only won the game with amazing Expo gameplay, but also set up his teammates real nicely. Spell-wise, NoMercy also did a pretty good job in that regard. Felix did a lot of early damage from that Skeleton King ability. Holy cow. Caught Marl Chen with his pants down. No elixir to respond to that Skeleton King ability whatsoever. Reduced to 541 already, and it hasn't even been 2 minutes yet. Amazing start by Felix. And a suspicious bush connection on the right. I don't understand that Mother Witch play. Mother Witch is not very good against Evo's Charmy at all. Maybe Marl Chen just doesn't have too much experience dealing with Evo's Charmy or something. I can only speculate. But that was not a good way to defend that tower. But either way, Marl Chen is now down a tower with only 40 seconds left to go in regulation time. I think he could go ability here, but he opts not to. Okay. Interesting. Boom. As the boss bandit just gets absolutely destroyed on that left-hand side. Overall, I think it's just a very good matchup for Felix here. Marl Chen can't really do a lot about that. And just like that, NoMercy takes it right back and forces it to go to game number 3, which will be Diffuse versus Vicer Wolf. Alright, just doing my ref thing. Thank you for holding on. It is now 1-1, set point for both teams. A lot of pressure now on Vicer Wolf to see if he can claim it back for Crispy Clean and extend the match. And here we are, the match has started. Once again, it's going to be Vicer Wolf for Crispy Clean at the bottom of your screen and Diffuse for NoMercy at the top. And this is game number 3 of the 3v3 best of 1 duel set. Lots of pressure now. Okay, Vicer Wolf running more of a, I can't tell what kind of archetype he's running right now. We have to see a little bit more. Okay, Lava Hound. Okay, that settles it. Meanwhile, Defuse looking like he's going to be running some sort of RG deck. Very typical. Either RG or Hogs. Hogs, okay. Or Ram Rider. Both work with this current card setup. And just like that, the Lava Hound is going to go down and turn into a bunch of pigs, courtesy of that Mother Witch. Which is going to be fireballed down, as neither player takes much damage. Heal Spirit and to distract that Baby Dragon, but Baby Dragon does still get one chip hit on the right-hand tower, putting Vice Wolf in a slight lead by about 300 HP or so. As the Peanut Gallery cheers for Vice Wolf. It is now double elixir time. Here comes a Golden Knight down the lane. Gonna get stopped by those guards at the river, containing the damage. And here comes now a Boss Bandit for Defuse. Gonna be stopped hopefully by that Evil Valkyrie. Good Boss Bandit ability. Boss Bandit does connect on the tower, but so does the Lava Hound. Here comes a Balloon now, hoping to maximize the value of that Lava Hound push, but the Zappies are going to make quick work of all of that. Golden Knight connects on the right briefly. Death damage will get on the right-hand tower, further increasing Vice Wolf's lead, but a scary push now in the left. Gonna put Wolf in a bit of danger now. It remains to be seen how Wolf is going to deal with all of that. Here comes a Fireball, going to take out everything on the left-hand bridge. But now the Fireball's out of rotation. There's Zappies, there's going to be spells, Evo Zap maybe, Golden Knight. Yep, here comes a Zap to retard it onto the Knight, so the Zappies will not fall. Good Heal Spirit. Balloon, thanks to the Evo Baby Dragon, does still connect, thanks to that gust of wind. 221 is all that remains. That's within Fireball range, if I can do my math right. With Fireball and arrows, Vice Wolf will take it for Crispy Clean, making the overall score very even in a remarkable turn of events. Hello, here's my face again, as I'm going to be digging with the scoreboard for a second, and it's studio mode, so very cool. Love that. Thank you. There we go. Alright. Very good overall gameplay by Vice Wolf here. So now we're going to get the next set started, which is Meta. And this is going to be in the 3v3 best of 1 format, so each player will only go once. And yeah, each team will have 3 minutes to send lineups. And as is customary, with it being the halfway point of the match, I'm also going to send out the timeout reminder. Alright, Crispy Clean is going to be running Carl Lagerfield, Cola, and Vice Wolf. Why is my pen dying? Meanwhile, NoMercy will be running Defuse, Zuby, and Alejo. So now I'm doing my refereeing thing. And yeah, the 2-minute rule doesn't really matter too much for this set, seeing as there's no way to snipe in meta draft. But here we go. And yeah, meta draft is an interesting addition to the league format, by the way. This is the first time we're doing it. The haircut is awful, by the way. I haven't cut it in months, actually. But thanks for the compliment anyhow. But yeah. So the reason why we're doing meta draft is because we want to test multiple facets of a team's skills when determining the... Yes, I did. I'm trying something new this time. Reason being is, I see the VODs are pretty boring when it's just my face. So I thought I'd show you the clan chat so you can see what's going on internally. But here we go. It is now time to draft. As Defuse starts with one of the most versatile cards in the... Hey, you're an admin here. You contributed to this format. But... Yeah, both players starting by picking a very versatile card. Being Log and Fireball. Not really giving each other too much to work with here. Because usually in meta draft, you're picking to counter your opponent directly. So both players just waiting as long as possible to pick a card that's easily counterable. Rody told you it was a good idea. That's so funny. But yeah, I'm also in a different location than usual, so keeping the face cam to a minimum. I'd pick guards quick. Yeah, I agree with you there. Guards are a good pick with this deck pool. And there you go, Defuse picking the guards. But yeah, just to remind everyone just coming in, it's going to be Defuse for NoMercy at the bottom of your screen and Carl Lagerfield at the top. And it's the first game of the 3v3 best of 1 meta draft set. Furnace is an interesting pick. In my opinion, Furnace isn't very good without the evolution, and there's no Evos in meta draft. Fight me. Pros in Hawaii, what's better than that? Yeah, but my Wi-Fi is ass right now, so the stream's gonna lag, and I'm sorry. I'm at home for the holidays. As Carl Lagerfield goes for the Skeleton Dragons, Monk for Defuse to counter pretty much every projectile card. A very good pick overall. And the Fisherman now. And Carl finally picked a win condition. It's going to be Royal Giant. Melody? No. And what will Carl's last card be? Bomb Tower. Okay, very interesting. And Defuse starting with a Furnace in the back. Very quickly turning into a nothing burger of a start. Both players relatively even on HP and Elixir. Alright. Knight and Bomber coming out now from Carl. Not too much else going on at the moment. Monk now coming in to add some of that fear factor to using a projectile card. And the projectiles come out anyway, and the Monk immediately punishes all of that. Stellar Dreads do not quite go down. And together with the RG, that's going to finish up the Monk. Ram Rider coming in to slow up everything. Bomb Tower to counter. RG connects. 1, 2, 3 hits on tower. As Carl Laterfield looks like he's in a very solid position going into double Elixir momentarily. RG will be picked up by the cannon this time. Fire Spirit does get on tower for defuse. Monk's probably gonna cross the bridge and immediately go ability. No, it won't. I lied. LOL. Fisherman will pull the RG directly into the face of a cannon. Monk is going to actually push the RG into the other lane, getting 2 hits there. But not 2 hits in the places that there needed to be 2 hits, so very well played by Defuse in that regard. And another RG has hit the arena. Monk is going to do a good job pushing him away, buying time for that cannon to go down, and stopping the RG dead in its tracks. This Carl Laterfield is now in a little bit of trouble, actually. Can't really break through anymore. Both players do have good sources of direct damage, poison and fireball respectively. But Defuse is starting to catch up a little bit on the HP front. Furnace will live on 1 HP. And thanks to the Monk will continue to live for quite some time, spawning a number of Fire Spirits. So not good if you're Carl Lagerfield right now, as Carl's lead is starting to quickly disappear. Not going to protect that Furnace this time. Here comes a Fisherman. I bet you Defuse really... Actually, no. I bet you Carl actually really wanted that Fisherman and Defuse just snatched it out from under him. How rude. Monk is proving a little threatening here. Only 40 seconds remaining. So basically, Carl's path to victory is just spam fireballs and defend really well. Don't even bother with RG anymore. Meanwhile, Defuse's path to victory is just keep up the status quo, keep pressing, keep poisoning. And just like that, an RG comes up, he will not connect, I guarantee you. And Defuse is looking pretty likely to take this game here. And because Defuse takes this point, it's actually going to be match point for NoMercy. Crazy to think about. I'm taking clan chat off because I need to check something real quick. Oh yeah, I did the scoreboard wrong. That's my bad. It's not match point. I'm actually dumb and stupid. Ha 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 ha. CCE actually took set number 2, didn't they? And this is why you don't trust me with scoring anything ever. Cool. As we now get into game number 3 with my scoreboard inaccuracies fixed. Go me. It's now going to be Zuby for NoMercy at the bottom of your screen, and Cola for Crispy Clean at the top. DKE, trust me, he really shouldn't. Both players starting off by picking spells for the most part. Looks like Cola wanted to go log bait with the Rascals, but then immediately Zuby was like, no, I go log bait, screw you. And sort of snatched out some of the better log bait cards out from under him, and now Cola has to reassess. And looks like he might be going for that Hog Rider instead. Okay. Yep, definitely going for... Yeah, Zuby picked up the wall breakers, so that basically takes bait off of the table entirely for Cola. Yet Cola still went Goblin Gang. Ooh, minor wall breakers. That's going to be hard to beat. Zuby definitely outdrafting right now. E-Spirit now coming out for Cola. Zuby has one last pick. And it's going to be Bush, so very scary. In Mega Draft, somehow Zuby managed to get Hyper Bait. That's insane. It's going to be set point for NoMercy here. Zuby drafted really well, so it's just a matter of can Hog Rider beat Hyper Bait. In Meta Draft, drafting is 90% of the battle. The other 10% comes down to pure skill in the actual game itself. That fireball from Cola missed the princess. That's going to be really bad for... Oh gosh, the lag. This is going to be really bad for Cola. A huge mistake. Miner in the center not going to pick up the Mighty Miner, requiring guards to come out. Hog Rider will connect without incident and without response, because the guards had to be played on that Mighty Miner. So overall, huge mistakes from both teams, but it seems like Cola capitalized better. But just like that, wall breakers do connect on the left-hand side, for Zuby. Both players making a lot of mistakes. Huh, you can. Good to know. So just as a reminder, as we get things going on here, if you're on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe. If you're on Twitch, make sure to hit that follow button so you don't miss another broadcast. Especially on the Twitch side, I'm going to be streaming other leagues as well soon. Starting next Sunday, actually, I'm going to be going and streaming the Team Delta versus Deadly Warfare match in the group stage of the CMG Cup. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And I'll be streaming that on my Twitch and my personal YouTube, and that'll be on the team's matchday post. But enough about me, back to the gameplay. Suspicious Book, what am I talking about? Suspicious Bush will connect, dealing a little bit of damage. Goblin Gang gonna stop that wall breaker, but the curse comes out, capitalizing and dealing a good amount of damage and taking out the Mighty Miner entirely and doing even more damage after the fact. Wow, Cola playing it really well here. Miner is on the tower, not gonna get picked up by Cola. As Zuby takes the tower and the set for NoMercy, bringing the overall score to 2-1. So I'm just going to pop in here for a little bit as I adjust the scoreboard and get things ready to go for the next set here. So the next set coming up momentarily will be the 3v3 reverse Chain of the Hill, and I'll explain a little bit more about that in a second here. But before we do that, we're going to be doing a timeout. Crispy Clean called their one timeout of the match. So we're going to take it back to the start and soon screen, take a little bit of a break, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes. So see you then. Alright, now I'm unmuted. Just kidding about the timeout, guys. Actually, Crispy Clean, in the first 10 seconds of the timeout, has declared in clan chat that they are going to be forfeiting the next set and, by extension, the match, due to not having enough players. This means that NoMercy will take the victory. Need to work my hotkeys better. So with all that, that will be the end of our broadcast for today. So I thank you all so much for tuning in, and a late Happy New Year to all of you guys out there. That is the end of this round of matches, so we will be back next week, hopefully for some coverage of the elimination semis and the undefeated finals, if I can find time to stream it on this channel. Otherwise, we might have to find someone else to do it, or just not. I'm already committed to CMG League, so we'll see how that goes. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and we will see you all next time. So yeah, that's it from me. And there's not enough people on Twitch to justify a raid, so I'm just gonna call it here. Peace out.